Hey everybody, and welcome to the King of Shadows 1111 YouTube channel. This is Queen of Light 1111 here with your Wednesday reading. So we're looking at just general energies today that masculine is holding towards divine feminine and his karmic situation or karmic cycle or karmic relationship, whatever it is that external interference that is affecting masculine. If you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And I just did a reading on that channel as well that you don't want to miss. So check that out when you have a chance. Please, please, please like, subscribe, comment to both channels so that my channel can grow and we can have more exposure to these messages to the twin flame community. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with the bottom of the deck for divine masculine's energies towards feminine. We have the energy of refocus. You know, you see this person is on this horse and has their back towards, the viewer, right? To the person looking at, this person. And so it just feels like, masculine's energy is he's turned his back on his divine feminine so he can focus on something else. He's focusing on a third party connection, right? Right now, there's this energy where, he hasn't learned from the past. He hasn't learned from third party situations. And there's some truth here to that. And he also knows that he needs to express his truth to his divine feminine about his shortcomings, about his mistakes, and reclaim his power. He knows that he has to come into divine masculine energy, into the self-realization, into the vitality, into the energy of doing something about this third-party situation, and finally learning. So it just feels like masculine is aware. He turned his back on his feminine. He was uncommitted to the connection. He was dealing with third-party situations, but he never expressed his truth. He never told feminine the truth. He never expressed his truth to feminine about, what was going on in his life. And he realizes this, that he was in ego, that he was in his own distortion. And so his energy towards his feminine is grief. There is a great deal of sadness, and the King of Swords has come out sideways. He had gone cold. He was drunk on his own power. He was trying to maintain power, and he knows that he didn't do things by the book, that he wasn't truthful. And so he has a lot of grief about his own behavior, and he's mentally stuck there. He's imprisoned himself in that thought process because he knows that this feminine and this connection was his great love, was someone that he's very passionate about, someone that he's in love with, someone that is his deepest, deepest soul connection, someone that is his twin flame. The next energy that we're getting here is that there is a bunch of healing that is occurring within him, and that he also knows that he needs to heal this connection and heal himself. And so we have the energy of the Ace of Cups. Again, a card of reflection. It says self-love, taking care of himself, tuning into his intuition, holding back. He's holding back right now. There is a suspension because he is learning. It is happening right now, and it's starting to develop. He's getting more information about himself and this connection. There's an energy here of abandonment. He's abandoned this connection because he didn't feel like he was enough. He acted like he was more than enough, but inside he knew he was not enough. He knows that he needs to work hard. He had to grow and develop and learn, and he had to do that with third parties. He had to do that with someone else in order to resurrect, in order to rebirth himself as a developed and mature masculine. And so now he's in the energy of purging. He's purging this energy of licking his darn wounds. He's purging the energy of just avoiding conflict. He sees this energy, he sees this feminine as the queen. He knows it's time to take action. He knows it's time to come forward. But he's observing right now. He knows he's too immature still. He doesn't have the words. He's not emotionally available yet. He's still a bit withdrawn because he's still focusing on this Ace of Cups. We saw this. Ace of Cups is here. We see that he's healing. We know that things are unfolding. We see that he's still observing love and love of self. And so we're seeing here that he is gaining knowledge. He is learning about himself. He is looking beneath the surface to look at his deepest desires. So just because he's not taking action doesn't mean he's not taking action on his journey. He is. You are the love of his life. You are his twin flame. He knows this. But he had to turn his back on this connection to grow, to develop, to rebirth. And he had to learn it with someone else. The teacher was not you in this case. Energy towards the karmic. Guide. He's being guided by her. She is his guide. The karmic is the guide. The guide is leading him towards major changes, endings, renewal. He's dealing with his grief. He's dealing with his heartache. He's uncertain at this time if he's the king to be with this queen, the divine feminine. But this karmic is guiding him through this relationship to end his victimization, to end his grief, to end the energy of his own self-sabotage. Energy towards the karmic. He had big dreams. He's really looking back at the past, and he's looking at all his soul connections. He's looking at all the people that he's been with. And he's starting to have a breakthrough moment. He's starting to understand, okay, I was with this person, and this is how I felt in my heart. This is how I felt in that relationship. I was with my divine feminine, and this is how I felt in this relationship. I'm with this karmic, and this is how I feel in this relationship. He's very much going through his relationships and his soul connections. And he is learning, and things are being revealed. It's happening in the 5D. You know, he's been very challenged because he's been in this energy of deception, but he's starting to awaken. He's starting to awaken, and he's starting to come into his power. Maybe starting to spend more time alone and not joined at the hip with the karmic. Because his intuition is starting to really, really kick in. You know, we are in the time of Chiron. Right? Chiron is in, I think, in retrograde right now, and that is the wounded healer. So these wounds are coming up, 3 of Swords. He's learning things in this karmic relationship. He's being nostalgic about the past, and he's seeing his own wounds and how it leads to his self-sabotage. Energy towards the karmic mask. He's put a mask on. You know, there's some energy where he starts to trust his intuition, and sometimes he gets blocked by it. But that uncertainty, it's done. He's coming into that King of Swords energy. We saw that in the Queen of Light 1111 YouTube channel reading. And he is allowing the divine to take a hold of him, to spark his soul, to fill him with life force so that he can take off the mask and do what he needs to do. Barrier. There's a barrier with the karmic. Any movement forward, any progress forward is blocked. He's not moving forward with the karmic. No longer passionate about that connection. No longer fighting for the connection because he's listening to his spirit. And finally, the answer is yes. Spirit is telling us there is an absolute energy here that they want us to know that is an absolute yes. The connection between masculine and karmic is at a pause. It is stalled. There's a lack of direction. It is uncertain. And they are moving on from each other. But it's going to take a risk. We have to see what happens next to see if the renewal of the masculine, a rebirth of the masculine will occur. But Spirit is saying, hey, Queen of Light, that 6 of Swords that you got in the Queen of Light 1111 reading, we're no longer stuck. But this connection is no longer moving forward. They've been playing games. They've been taking risks. And now it's time to rebirth. So it'll be interesting as we get in further into the Lionsgate energy. We are in Leo season. But as we get more closer to the 8-8 portal, we'll see how masculine rebirths. If you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.